So, currently fighting the PLC with the English Defender of the Faith, and I learned something interesting reading the Schism. It's not your own provinces, it's any Orthodox owned provinces of any nation. It's not perfectly clear, because according to this, it looks like it's Orthodox religion. At least all of the provinces in Europe. So it's typical EU4 is impossible to read, but I think if it's Orthodox owned, that's it. It counts. And as you can see, these are Catholic, but they're not highlighted, whereas every other province in Europe is. So, for example, Lucca is Orthodox, but that's 2 there. And what's interesting, of course, is I can feed Russia. So people are talking about how you could expand into Russia instead of Russia. Well, Russia counts. That's cool. That is cool. So we can focus on restoring the Pentiarchy, which is Rome, which I'm right next to, and these 3, as well as Constantinople. And if I continue to feed Russia... But the other thing that's awkward is Orthodox counts if it's under Catholic too. So looking at Muscovy, I almost want to feed him into the Catholic land as priority, which I guess I'll do. It's going to be ugly borders, but yeah, and if he does another war against Denmark at some point, he can self-autonomously spread it. And I wanted to throw it out there, like I was pretty distracted yesterday ranting, but we are the top trader in glass in the world with 1 province. It's pretty cool. We've got the trading. I don't believe we have a single other glass province. Yep. But Constantinople's just goated. And I'm a big fan of glass. It's actually better than gems. It's got 10% production to the local province. And the price goes up, whereas gems goes down. Okay. Let's focus on this war. This war should just be a stomp. We've got all these numbers, despite him having England at his back. But England is at Tech 10, though. Because he has colonialism. Okay, so we released Crete. I'm going to vassalize Crete. We are having Liberizar issues, as you can see. If I go here... Reputation, that barely handles that. This guy's being annexed. Georgia should be annexed, hopefully, this session. He's 74 years old. That gives us repel the republics. Repulse the republics. 5 base tax among Greek culture provinces. We would prefer it to be in the Thracian node, because it helps us, in the Constantinople node, it helps us potentially dev higher with Diplo, but it doesn't matter because it's base tax. It can be anywhere. It's not going to show us where, and we get extra trade power in Constantinople, which we're already cooking. I'm currently overextended over 100, but for a few months, hopefully we don't get punished. We'll see. I plan to ditch the Mamelukes, that's 1 relation. Annex him, that's 1 relation. I might be able to make another Pernarii, or whatever it's called, to get rid of a relation if Georgia disappears. Look, it's a republic, -30 inside the empire. It's brutal. Brutal modifiers. Apparently Siena could be vassalized. That would be crazy. Okay, we're gonna need this. 20% war score cost, and I'm hoping we can full annex the Ottomans. My light ships are operating while we're at war. Okay, so that's 15 unrest. Not the end of the world. Hey newbies. Worried about relations with Catholics as we keep expanding. I'm not taking that much here. Oh, we're just about to finish our cause. Okay, it's alright, don't complain. I'm so far ahead on my admin. I can boost my step up if I need to. Hey Lambert. Yeah, my calls are at 96 now. This should be the last month. Okay, they're focusing Austria, as you can see. Bohemia took quantity. And despite taking Owls, he's got a large amount of troops at this stage of the game. Widespread opposition from Twitch chat. True. True. That always opposes. Isn't... Are you kidding me? We just get a random stab hit as well? Brutal. Okay. That's not good. We should look for stability cost reduction advised. I'm going to boost it up once our overextension goes away. Probably twice. Okay, so I do have the institution around the corner. But honestly, if I sell Seas, I'm there, even 30 again, and we're getting there. I will dev some more at some stage. I'm thinking, what's the most important thing to do with my money? I could start doing manufactories. Barracks in Constantinople. That, I'm 40 dev. There's a, I mean, we'll take manpower, but there's a mission. City of the World's Desire. If I can find it. What's this one? We're here already, by the way. Naxos has workshop? I thought I built a workshop there. I did. Owned by Byzantium has shipyard or grand shipyard. Really? We're gonna build this random building there? Okay. $20 dev? What the frick? These two having 20 dev? That's harsh. Yeah, 100 different buildings that barely do anything, right? You're talking about EU5, right? Price of silk changes by positive 20%. until the end of the game. Athens is supposed to be 25 development. That's stability cost reduction by 15%. We'll be able to change our map color. I don't think I've ever done that before. So I need a market and a workshop there. And 25 dev. There's no prosperity in Moria. I could upgrade that to rank 2 to get dev reduction. 25, eh? Doesn't seem that far to dev. Give me stability cost reduction 15. That's some value there. I was looking for the City of the World's Desire. I think it's just barracks. Here we go. Yeah, it's just barracks. We have to be the highest dev of all nations in the world, or as well as over 40. I'm going to assume 40 is the highest dev. It's pretty early in the game, but I don't know. And now we feel broke. Nice. Vienna's safe. Okay, I think this is an easy war for our boy. Ragusa went under Austria. That's not ideal. Oh, Mem's fighting for us. Thank you, bud. What a legend. As Georgia is 75 years old, I swear this subject doesn't ever die early. Yeah, our allies are stacked. They're very stacked. By the way, Austria can begin annexing Hungary. So the return cores should be on lock soon. We should be able to do that. I would start with Serbia, and then we would be able to... my plan is to switch Georgia and Serbia, so Serbia will be... well, not take a relation slot number 1, but then switch. To disappear. Right? Eventually. Okay, I gotta start saving up money now. We spent our money. Probably upgrade Athens if I'm gonna dev it, and that's about it. If I could get this... if I'm gonna dev, it would give me crown line. We could sell. That's gonna automatically complete. If I sell... what is... you have to be over 60, right? I could actually sell and then do that to get dev cost reduction. Think about it. So we have war score from battles. Hopefully we can just slowly but surely siege the entire war. We do have England participating, but currently doesn't seem to be much of a show, so... I just want to go from province to province. Muscovy's at military check 10. Holy. By the way, Muscovy is having the dream game with the 656. He's doing administrative ideas, which is almost completed, and he's about to form Russia. How many games have we been in positions like this back in the day when I took it seriously and Muscovy was a potato? I didn't even feed him that much, and he's not bankrupt. He's very powerful. He's the next greatest power after me. Oh, France got colonialism, that's why. It was. He was. And so he's stronger than England and France if he has the institution. But regardless, yeah, he's not bastardized in his tech. Like, how many times have we fed him to be beastly and he just is like tech, he's like admin tech 6 or something, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty early. I mean, this is an early Russia by anybody's standard, I would say, but he's also very large and powerful. He's about to form it in the next, like, 10 years or so. Trying to recreate your strat, had a god tier start, but the Ottoman wants to honor the Anatolian peace out after Island Trap with a 92% peace deal, while I had Bulgarian rebels ready to walk into his land and still feel like my run will somehow not be as good as this one. We're having a pretty good run. There's no shame in... I've done Byzantium myself and not been as good of a shape. There's no shame in that. As far as... I mean, you want to... I've done this so many times. You want to attempt to... We were in rough shape in the early game, man. With our debt and stuff. You want to attempt, like, most of the strategies that I employed. You want to do that again. I really feel like this is the best way to play Byzantium, like, period, right? Everything that we're employing. So, don't get greedy. And, like, offend people over, like, people go for Valahia or something like that. It's just not worth it. But if you were watching, is EU4 superior to EU5? I think it's more fun, so yes, I'd say it's superior, but I don't know. Okay, I see Burgundy's fighting a war. So he's just annexing some of the empire. Empire's going to be diminished to fewer nations, probably for the best as we go berserk in Europe. Yeah, we're having a really good run, HP. Beautiful. Happy. Okay, for me... Nice, that's cool. All the way deep in here is Greek, 19 dev. That's actually going to be a trading company in the future, so it doesn't matter, but I can convert it in the meantime. Now, mending the schism, guys, most of these are considered to be Europe. So each one that we convert to Orthodox should make a difference, I believe. Or maybe it is just province owner. It's hard to read these stupid missions. Has a League War happened yet? Absolutely not. Protestant Reformation just began. We just have 3 centers up. Too early for the League War. League War is like 100 years away. Okay, I gotta remember that I'm super far ahead in mill. I'll definitely do some barraging. Here and there. So, I'm not willing to feed Austria into Poland because of the War Leader's war score, but I could give him some of Bohemia. I bet he wants it. He does. Yeah. It's in a separate peace deal. I reckon that's like a nice border. Let's go for that. Whereas I am going to feed Muscovy, the Ortho Dad. The title expresses what the goal is, which we've already achieved, essentially. Yes, I'm going to take Moldova. Gained a core. Oh, damn. Eh? That's my war goal, which I was going to take, guys, but I think I'll just take the core. That's so synergistic. So guess what I'm gonna do with the one province I was gonna take, guys? I was going to wait and at the right time release Moldavia, Wallachia, and we can return calls from Austria once he annexes Hungary. But the problem is I would have had to full core it. It's so synergistic. So I would have had to core it, I mean, or else deal with overextension forever, because I'm not releasing them immediately. I don't want the relation slot. Well, we just got given a core. Nice. So that's a rare event for people who don't know, when an Orthodox nation is occupying an Orthodox province. It becomes your core. It's very rare, but if you occupy tons of Orthodox provinces, it dramatically increases the likelihood it will happen somewhere. So has England been landing? I don't see them. They could, of course, be in the New World, as they did go straight up colonial ideas. Okay, Prague falls. And that's it. Nice. Somewhere there's ongoing battles up here. Our prestige is the lowest it's been for some reason. So, nice prestige event. Okay, now I plan to, the end of the year is coming and I'm going to forget. We're going to switch to the AE and improved relations for this peace deal. Oh, we're going to get into a position, I can consecrate all over, guys. So we're going to get into a position where, see, I can do it here as well. The missions give you crazy patriarchal authority. So we have tons. This is stab cost reduction as well as stability. I'm looking to boost my stab. That's loyalty of the clergy over 80. That's actually hard. I know that this gives you loyalty. As you can see, we got stab events this session early. It's unfortunate. I'm just going to pump one when my overextension goes away, at least. We're very far ahead in admin. Yeah, I'm going to consider selling. If we get the... I just need time. If we get the burgers up, put down the edict and upgrade the trade center, I'll consider deving Athens to 25, which is a mission, and then that mission gives a stability cost reduction. I should have done the Naxos one now. Yes, we have. Okay, so monopoly on glass estate giving great power cost reduction. So this only lasts 10 years. Okay. So that's 20... Let's see. So we get a payout. We get 10 years of 20% reduced great power production cost. But if I put down the monopoly on glass, we get 30. So it would... That's Constantinople's production, guys. 2.5 ducats a month. Insane amount. But it would be worth it. I'd get 240 ducats. And in 10 years we can cancel that. If you combo it with a lucky event, we don't have... Yeah, you reckon waiting? Well, I'm thinking about this. That would reduce this down to a few hundred, like by hundreds. Okay, this is 42 war score, guys, but I've got to feed Muscovy and ideally into the Catholic land. But he needs occupations to do such a thing. So we're still going. I'm actually going to take that for 35. We're ahead in admin. The estate's messed up. I'm about to get 50 admin back. That's going to dramatically help the estate. As opposed to losing 20 or gain 10. Sorry, losing. You know what I mean? It's a difference of 20. Avoided. Avoid, avoid, avoid. This is woods. Okay. I'm coming for you, Berlin. I'm sure he's got a lot of troops. 23,000. We got golden areas popping down. I could do the same. I like to save mine on principle, because if we were ever having a good game, we would save it, you know? A real game, but I think we're going to pop it. Probably pop it to try to help us fight the Mamluks, because I know... Oh, speaking of the Mamluks, guys, they went quantity defensive. That is scary, bro. Look how strong they are already. But uh-oh. My chair making a noise. This is a new chair. You better be chilling, bud. It's guaranteed for a big boy like me, too. He's got a 1 in mill. He's got a 1 in mill. So... hopefully... it ends up biting him in the ass, because he's going to be hella strong. My prediction is that we beat him, and then even the Remnant is going to be extremely powerful. That's my prediction. But I have an idea. You'll see when we get there. We're going to basically double war him. Not one war him, we're going to double war him. Double war! No, we won't be releasing Syria. My max manpower reserve is 77, which is pretty good. Uh-oh. Are they going to commit to that? Yes, they are. Shoot. This is going to hurt our manpower. Do I have the mission that times up? No, I don't. There we go. Let's grab that. So I could do that 80% one also. If I was to complete an admin agenda like this at the right time and then sell, would be over 80. So if I did them together, dev'd Athens, and then did this one over 80, I'd need 80 Patriarch Authority. We can do that. I could get 15 stab cost reduction and +1 stability. Interesting. Could juice back up. Oh yeah, and an advisor too. I'm going to take that anyway. Stab up once and switch them back. It's worth the money. Alright, this might be a retreat. Frick. Bastards. I just don't think it's worth paying the price. There's no reinforcements nearby. They've been taking absolutely forever on this. It's just not worth losing the manpower here. I'm going to retreat. Even though I think maybe if we push this in and that in, like, it would be close. Maybe if some ally makes it. It's just not worth it. Cut our losses. We already lost 10k manpower in that battle. Okay, finally. Damn, he's just slightly too large to force religion on. Stuck in here. Stuck taking attrition. Unfortunate. Really want that missionary strength and stability in general. Okay, I've already got my peace deal. I mean, look, we're dealing damage to the PLC. Hardly, though. You know, we've prevented it from forming already. That's the main thing. He currently has a 1 in mill. I love that. He's behind in mill. Hope that lasts. He's never had a good military leader, thank goodness. No, but we need to keep pushing. I need to do damage on behalf of Muscovy. It needs to happen. Muscovy's having the dream game. With his 6 in admin. He is kind of like 1 tick behind, but he's got administrative ideas reducing his CCR. Or giving him CCR, rather. So the Poles could actually annex Lithuania the old-fashioned way. And especially if we keep feeding Muscovy, it will actually become... It's a big battle here. Nice, Berlin falls. Good timing. I was going to say that it will actually become... I've got to make sure I consolidate these. End of the month. Okay. Mams are here. We win that. Nice. Okay. What was it saying? I forgot. Gotta lock in. Easy. Good job, Austria. He's a beast. Nothing important, obviously, whatever I'm saying. So this is the falling of the English Defender of the Faith in a war that we, you know, overwhelm them, which is good. Yeah, we've been conserving our manpower well. The next war against the Ottomans will be super clean. That's next year. If he's got... Nice. Nobody that we can't separately peace. That will be completely free. Guys, the 76-year-old Georgian. 76? You taking the piss, man? Alright, there's 1 annexed. So we've got fewer Orthodox nations. Damn, that's actually a shame. Going down to rank 2. I got 4 galleys for free. Beautiful. We're over. I should think about... I'll delete some transports, but I feel like 22 is a good number. Okay. I'm making 9 Diplo per month now, so we can get the war school cost reduction shortly. 2 over. Like I said, if Georgia disappears, I'm going to turn Serbia into 1. That would get rid of 1 relation. Well, I can guarantee Austria, guys, it's crazy. So France is only barely a greater power than us. And it's only because currently they have embraced colonialism and we haven't. But they're not a greater power than us, if that makes sense. 10 ducats a month, guys. We're going to ask for knowledge sharing. That's a brutal modifier, but let's bring it into Thrace. And once that takes place, yeah, embrace colonialism and we're good. Extremely expensive, but worth it, obviously, for monarch points. Will England wipe peace? Almost certainly not. No, not even close. Wow, some of the boys went all the way out to Calais. Okay, you just need to make more occupations in Catholic land, please, Muscovy. I actually have access. Let's go. Let's go do it ourselves. Timurids. Let's improve with them. I'm gonna try to switch the mems to the Timurids. Yeah, so part of the reason I'm buying the institution is because I want to embrace institution before Poland does. Because I suspect if they take a big L here of 100%, no way are we legitimately eclipsing them, I don't think. But if we embrace the Renaissance, right, the colonialism, maybe. Maybe we will eclipse them. He's pretty behind in tech. That definitely makes a difference from my experience. I've just been generally improving with Catholics. Oh, I got a Cossack regiment when we annexed Zap. Okay, speaking of him, let's full state these. I've got capacity. And let's do the centralization. You know the centralization is going to be awful here. Nice. No, I'm working towards ending the schism. Haven't ended the schism yet, no. There we go. These are some juicy Catholic provinces. Speaking of which, I'm giving Muscovy the Catholic provinces because that works towards ending the schism. Vilnius full, please. Come on. What joke, man. Hey, France and Austria aren't rivaling one another. So, by the way, guys, Austria and Muscovy allied each other. Like, you gotta admit, this game is pretty nice, man. I swear, so often the game will just grief. Like, Muscovy will just ally Austria because he can, just because it, like, wrecks you. Well, not this time. Hey, that's an Orthodox nation. Hopefully he sticks around, survives. We just went back up to 3. We're teetering right on the edge, so if Georgia disappears, we go down. But we've got the morale of Army and Navy's 5 on the line. Okay. Beautiful. Keep pushing. Keep on pushing. Poland could be stack wiped there. That would be pretty nasty for them. It's only farmlands. Are you guys gonna get the courage and go in? Come on, guys, you're all here. Go in. They're locked in. Beautiful. It's the Mamelukes. They're kind of low-key our enemy by now, guys. Hopefully they're using their manpower to fight that for us. Okay, and if they're pretty limited military access. Well, not really, actually. Let's see. I'm hoping that results in a stack wipe. One has plenty of manpower. Let's assist with this. Obviously that's not a stack wipe, but then if they have nowhere to retreat to... Okay, so the institution should be spreading pretty quickly here. 2 per month. So about 4 years we should have the institution embraced. That was like 70, 80k, something like that, something crazy. They're gone now, boy. Beautiful. Okay. Let's push longer, let's push harder. It's these few occupations, ticking war score. Muscovy's fleet. Yeah, that's part of the reason they typically go bankrupt. Bro, these sieges are pretty dismal, but let's not complain. Yeah. We're doing well. That's part of the reason they typically go bankrupt. They get a little fleet and they like great powers or major powers in this game just have this tendency. I don't know if it's the difficulty. I only play on the difficulty, but they just have this tendency to just fill up their force limit, which even like if it's a base force limit off one port, like 12, it's expensive. They fill it up with like heavies. They always try to like represent at sea, and Muscovy does that for sure. There's games where he's got like this, and he'll just run the most like expensive fleet that he possibly can. It's like, you can't be affording this right now, dude, and you're not going to beat anybody who's serious at sea anyway. But anyway, he is getting there, isn't he? His fleet's getting there now. Got a lot of these ports, and he'll get more at this rate. But I'm just happy he's not completely bankrupt. We're actually getting trolled on these forts, man. Look at... Okay, dude. It's... Okay, 78. 78. 78, thank you. 92 peace deal. Let's go for a 98. Just be patient. I'm just walking back in either way. Gotta hurt them as much as we can. Okay, we don't need that fleet battle to end. There's the 20 war score cost reduction. That should make the Ottomans full annexable, I hope. Says he's under 100. Beautiful. It's going to be beautiful for the border. Oh. We can push for more. Lucky Muscovy, because this reduced by 20% cost. It's trade center. That should be a Lithuanian culture. It is. So I could expect him to promote Lithuanian. That's the only reason I say that. But that's another Catholic province that does legitimate damage to the Pope, to Poland. We're taking these 3 from Poland. Beautiful, and we got 28 and 31 favors from that war. Oh, okay, I'm hoping if we embrace the institution that we eclipse their ass. And I didn't exactly... Often I find it difficult, but the game's just given it to us this time, guys. I almost have the entire Crimean node. I've thought a lot about that. What is the dream border? And maybe just give it to Muscovy instead. We just need this, but with France being our friend, I suspect we will get into these 2 fairly easily. Okay, this year I can annex Crimea. Let's scourge him so that I can do that while we're at war. Half-price Diplo Reputation Advisor. Not running a trade efficiency advisor. He becomes Kurdish? Absolutely not. We have a lot of things tied to our culture. I actually regretted even... Is it, guys, that your culture never changes? Because I even regret having them be Bulgarian. We need them to be Greek. So, because the majority of our advisors are Greek. We keep having these missions where it's like your culture, the advisor cost of your cultures, your ruler's culture. So are they all going to be Bulgarian? See how they're Bulgarian? Like, shouldn't they become Greek eventually, or what? But I can't do that. Kurdish, that's too niche. It's way too niche. Barely own Kurdish. Such a small portion of my country. That's really costing us financially. I hope it's worth it for the monarch points. Trade advisors are kind of much better, but I do like the rep advisor though. While we run so many... We were having liberty desire issues, so that reminds me. Corfu. Let's grab him. It's just that I literally didn't do that because it was going to push some of these over 50. New vassal. So we will be gunning it for... Uh-oh. This guy's about to get cooked. Uh-oh! He's about to get 100%ed and disappear! I actually can't save him either. Oh, that's okay. I was going to diplo-vassalize that, but like, we've got so much going on. He's actually going to get 100%ed, and then he'll just embrace. Oh, this is missionary strength, which I haven't passed. We kind of need that. If I detach transports only, they won't get slowed down. I mean, I'm going to try help him, but he just needs to not fall. If he falls, he falls. There's nothing I can do. So switching rivalry costs Diplo. That's what I feared. It's too early to do it anyway. Hey, don't fall, bud. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Don't fall, don't fall. Just don't fall. We're already getting griefed on sieges. Just time for you to get unlucky, please. Come on. Cancel that relation when I can. I've got cannons. If it falls, I should be able to breach and assault it back. Hey, it didn't fall. Nice. give you money at this stage, Austria. Sorry, bud. Okay, so for... Look at this trust and favors, guys. We're cooking. We're max trust with Muscovy with 24 favors. Damn. Hopefully he rivals the Mams. That's what I'd like to see going forward. Probably not right at this moment, but... that would be cool. So the Ottomans are this year, guys. Okay, I just realized we are going to get negative reputation for annexing Crimea. But if I'm running this advisor because he's half price, we could actually afford that. -3 reputation for 10 years. I mean, the alternative is that we enforce religion on him and stuff, which I don't see happening. So I think we run with the -3 rep. I had -1 for dishonor. Yeah, it's going to go away. So I'd still have, like... right? I'd still have, like, 1 point... I mean, we're overextended right now as well, a small amount. We'd still have... it'd be in the positive because of Diplo and the advisor and stuff, so... I think I'm going to do it. We got to fix these too many relations. Just... I never intended to release Crimea, but I did it because this was owned by Muscovy, so I returned the call with our favors because it's just such ugly border gore that would never be fixed. Had to be fixed. Don't you agree, chat? Sometimes you just have to do things against your will that you don't want to do. It's just got to be done. Don't have a choice in the matter. Got to fix. Yeah, it's winter in New Zealand. I'm in the southern hemisphere, and it's also it's the morning, man. Hottest part of the day. And no, I don't have like... I'm not in a super air-conditioned, well-made house. But I do live in paradise, so that's the trade-off. Okay, Sardinia. Sardinia is Orthodox. Let's scourge them. Their provinces aren't, but they are Orthodox. We could annex him and get rid of that too many relation. Okay, Ottomans. It's time to die! If I co-belligerent Gaz... No way. I'm gonna do it. So Gaz is an interesting province, Dagestan, because it can be trade and accompanied. Now, do I think I can get a merchant out of it? No. I don't. But I wonder. I wonder if I could get Nogai as well. I'm not sure I could coexist with that, with the Muscovites, but we have to draw a border somewhere. Anyway, if you do that max investment for trade power, and I build a marketplace in every single province, the dev's not terrible either. 16. I wonder, is it possible? Like, this node basically has 2 buffed provinces with +10 and +10 depending on what rank it is. Like, I wonder. Regardless, even if we don't get a merchant, which I don't think we will, but it's intriguing. Trade power in Aristakhan helps you retain in Persia. That's why it's, like, interesting. But I think that's a nice border, guys. I don't think I want Muscovy here, so... It's also just one more nation, needs to be gobbled up. I'm focusing my Diplo. I'm going to co-belligerent Gaz. So let's go... It's also got the mountains for whatever that's worth. We could build a fort there, but... Let's go focus Gaz. Don't trust Russia? Well, we quite literally do. We got 100 trust with Russia. And I'm going to try to max relations. I mean, he's currently military personality type, guys, and he's chilling. Pretty shortly, if I annex Crimea and Georgia on ruler death, like I intend to, we will have no subjects bordering him, so it's much easier to coexist when you own the provinces directly than it is. They often, if they have a mission, they could be a good vassal. It's going to cost Diplo either way. It's going to cost Diplo either way. Let's just annex them. We've got good CCR. Let's do it. I'm going to dow this before they inevitably... Oh, this one's 20 war score. But that's their capital. Let's do it on their capital. Are you kidding me? He just guaranteed them, guys. He knew. He knew what I was going to do. Okay. They're not under 50 war score, are they? Oh, they're exactly 50. Well, we're not going to co-belligerent them. It is winter, yes. According to this, guys, we might be able to do it anyway. Let's see if I can vassalize him. He's 1 over. He got rounded up. Alright. That feels bad. Change of plans. I'm going to break the border between Muscovy. That should make it impossible for him to core. And that should get rid of the guarantee in the long run. But I just got griefed by my ally, typical. I literally could have declared the war, you know, a month earlier and we would have been good. Unlucky. Sardinia, I just scourged him. He's going to be incorporated. And that is going to... I'm thinking about rep, guys, with the negative rep. We also have rep here as well, so we're going to be swimming in rep soon. I got to get 1 more done in diplomatic. That's going to kill this, though, guys. Like, I don't know what to do about that. I'm trying to enforce religion where I can on these guys around the world to increase the number of Orthodox for that reason. It also goes towards mending the schism. Orthodox provinces don't need to be owned by us directly. Well, it looks like it took less than 80 years, guys, for us to annihilate the Ottomans. We've got 4 years to remaining. That is pretty beast, bro. We're cooking. We're absolutely cooking. As long as I'll keep a cavalry because we're rich, and I'll keep the Cossack. But let's merge that. So I currently have the Turkish Janissaries, guys. I have 1 mercenary stack, which actually doesn't cost professionalism. So I plan to hire that when we next ramp up. Now I'm over 100 force limit. I can make 2 Prunarii now, guys. I can make 2. I don't like this fort. I'm going to delete this. I do plan to release Wallachia, but not right now. I want to see, now that he's at peace, I want to see Austria annexing Hungary, please. He's not going to inherit them on rule of death. Come on, dude. You can see if they're improving, right? There's a little symbol. He's improving with Muscovy. Let's check their relations. He can annex them at any time. Come on, baby. Just begin annexing them. That's big for us. If he begins annexing I want to do Serbian cause, I want to do Wallachian cause here, I want to do Bosnian cause. And in the long run, I want to take one from Venice, release Dalmatia, I want to do Dalmatian cause as well. Could attempt to have Georgia. I feel like they won't be around, but he's still around. The guy's gonna get like 80 years old, literally. I could attempt to have him call this for us, is what I was gonna say. I know they have. Of course, he gets a tick, bastard. That was gonna be a stack wipe. They've got a penalty to coring and stuff, but. Oh no, the Palace Guard's gone, I think. No, I can keep them around. Okay, they're completely out of manpower. There's some advantages to having them go, which is we could recruit them at a later, stronger capacity later, but it would cost me 5 army professionalism. It's not worth it. But this stack's basically cooked. Let's go put him somewhere really safe, like on an island, which we can easily protect in the future. And just forget about him until he recovers all the way back. Yeah, while we're annexing nations, we certainly do not make much Diplo points, unfortunately. Okay, so this state will be fully converted in a moment. Just put the cannons in here. Austria has become a great power. Obviously, they just embraced colonialism. Burgundy expands inside the empire. He is the emperor, and he's embraced colonialism. He's a great power. Austria is not feeling the best of us in terms of relations, considering I've got plus 94 improved, guys. Broke alliance. That was to do a move. He just rivaled France again. Brick. But we're max trust. We're literally max trust, boys. With Muscovy and Austria. And here I am currying favors. I want to put them all into return cause, but I think we should do that with France. Because if he returns Austria, he's not going to be happy. Hey, Ski, what's up, dude? Has Italians joined the HRE? No. Burgundy's pushed it south as the Emperor. This guy remained. Looker remained. He's Orthodox, by the way. Which is good for our men, the schism. I enforce religion on him, if you can't tell. Oh, okay, dude. Are you... Bro, this team's being so mean to me. Like, I'm getting hella griefed. But, like, I was gonna stack wipe him. Okay. Doesn't matter. My manpower is getting, like, really low, guys. I'm 10k in the ditch now. This is, like, the worst it's been in a minute. Just got rebel bombed for no reason, you bastard. And of course now they don't get wiped. That is ugly, bro. That's really ugly. Bastard. Okay, we're feeling the pain. I've got 39,000 manpower total. This merc is just kaput. Thank goodness. I need to relax a little bit, but Let's use these mechs to fight the rebels. Got some rebels coming out here. Okay, so for me, we're praying we embrace colonialism and eclipse Poland, or anybody for that matter, but Venice has it. We're not going to eclipse him. I think we beat Poland. I definitely think we beat Poland. I think maybe he's getting knowledge sharing too. It's in Danzig. Uh-oh. I mean, it's spreading to us as well, guys. He might be poor. Come on, we got this. We got this. If we eclipse him, we're going to switch it to the Mamelukes. We're going to ally the Timurids. That's the play. Look at the Mams, guys. They're disgusting. Timurids out-ticked by 2, and he's doing a military idea. I mean, the main thing is to prevent them from coalitioning us in the future, but as far as getting assistance, that's not going to happen. Okay, that should break the guarantee with Muscovy, so we can get in there in the future with a dream clean border. I'm gonna dwill. I came up with that before Donald Trump did, guys. I'm just saying. I'm a trendsetter. I guess Georgia's just never gonna die. I'm gonna give it to Georgia when we're at peace, but then of course he'll die and it won't be cored. That's fine. I can just core it later. I changed my mind. The autonomy will be rubbish if I give it to him. Like, literally rubbish. I changed my mind. It's okay. France dishonors. We should do this war. Look at this. Genoa has 2% here. And I'm pretty sure if we get him out of here, he's going to have no interest being... I mean, Ragusa goes to Genoa's node. He's on 8%. I mean, that 2%'s worth a lot, guys. Especially as the game goes on. We will own the entire Crimean node. Let's go. The Papal State. I could break the Pope's alliance with England and Burgundy. That should be something that we just win via our... Is it because I called Austria? I just griefed myself. Okay. Fighting my own ally. Feels bad, man. Right at a low point for us as well. My fault. Okay, let's go, Okay, we just want to resolve this war ASAP, so... Beat them up at sea. Get the war goal, blockade his coast. It says he's friendly, knowledge sharing ends. Knowledge share from Austria. Oh, frick's sake, man. Frick! We got griefed. Okay, we finally inherited Georgia. Thank frick for that. Georgia's gone. Two dev, eh? The full states. Okay. if I wasn't transferring trade power from Serbia, we could definitely turn him into a thing. Well, that feels bad, guys. I started a war that I didn't intend to start. I'm kind of praying. So all my favors went away with France. Yikes. My trust went away. We had higher trust. That's a yikes, of course, because... Anyway, let's just pray that he remains friendly status, guys. Let's see. There's no point currying with him. I'm going to try to re-ally him, but that was a really dumb move. Nah, I'm not going to try to take land from him. Planned move. Planned dumb move. Well played. Thanks. That's what I'm here for. Skill. Oh, these are galleys. We just inherited galleys from our boy, Georgia. Not worth it. City of the World's Desire, guys. Expand the Bosphorus Decision. I don't know what that is. Let's see. So, we need development 50? And 20 here. We need a fleet of 80. Which I'm one off. This is awesome. What does it do? A shipyard or a grand shipyard? In our capital. I'll do that. And then, what does the decision grant us? 1 year of trade income. Holy! Yes, Burgundy's independent. They're the emperor. Okay, so these trade modifiers, we actually have so many excessive trade modifiers here. It's actually ridiculous. So it's almost not that good, because we're going to be at like 99.9%, guys. But 1 year of trade income. That's crazy. That's going to be really, really nice. So we've got some developing to do if we want to grab that. My capital needs to be 50 dev. And this needs to be 20. Definitely achievable. Cool. Okay, let's go around smashing them at sea. And blockading him. And hopefully with the war goal... This is something we can piece out of. I'm looking for about 15 war score. Could feed Austria to France? Maybe. You would hate that. Okay, this is a little Provence fleet that just got smashed. Let's just repair and go, go, go. Continuously. Win, win, win. I mean, we have the numbers on our side by far, guys. Right now, France is friendly, guys. Let's just hope this is relatively clean. So the Ottomans, I'm stalling to call these anyway. But he's cooked. His enthusiasm spiked up like crazy, but it's not going to make a difference. I can get Lucca here via this Austrian siege. Let's go blockade him ASAP. We're best just using the war score and not separate piecing him. Oh, my light ships got hit. Expand into the Indian markets? We're absolutely going to attempt to do that. It takes a long time, bud. To get out east. I'm less than 80 years in the game, dude. With the greatest power in the world, I'm doing well, but it takes time. Good things take time. Got some damaged ships. Trying to kind of protect the Black Sea here, guys. The last thing I want right now is blockades to cause devastation. So even these light ships can do the damage. I like the idea of isolating certain regions so that they're orthodox. Okay, those light ships are trapped in there. Come on, let's go, the boys. Let's go, let's go. Looker would... No, it's not about super piecing, it's about obtaining the war score. I was going to say if we blockade him, he'd piece out in this dynamic either way. Okay, they won. Just don't derp off of the siege. Just don't derp off the siege. Come on. You're not... Muscovy's not going to win that, but... Yes. Yes, okay. Wait, Muscovy did win that! What the frick? This guy's an animal! He just bit France in the woods. Okay? The boys are just beating France, guys, and he's still friendly right now. This is the dream. Okay, look. I'm gonna come over, I'm gonna blockade Genoa. We don't need much war score, we're on ticking war score. Believers. No, no super peace. Retain the war score. We're cooking everybody at sea like a monster, even though behind in Diplotech. That is the full... You know what, guys? Let's lock in the CCR. Okay. Stab cost reduction. Beautiful. This 100 Diplo point, perfect. AE reduction, perfect. Synergizing with our AE reduction here. And the rest of this age, which is only 3 more years. But I need the CCR, bro, that's where it comes from. Okay, rip. I want the Diplo points bad. Okay, rip. We're taking the CCR. That's just too good. Alright, I can... So these need dev'd to pass that decision. It gives us crazy income. So I'm gonna do that. Let's dev some mill. Now this guy could get over 80. That's selling Oh, we're so close. No, I'd need to wait for exactly 65. That puts us to 70, 80. So that would pass this guy all the way down here. Loyalty 80. I need an Inquisition or a Theologian rank 2. Okay, I could upgrade that guy. Yeah, so that's doable. That's doable. That gives me stability. Nice. Yup. Okay, I was thinking about getting the dev cost reduction here, but it's too early. We gotta wait. So just dev this a little bit surely. Marks, thank you for the sub, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, we now have 35 CCR, guys. Which is pretty damn nice. It takes 20 months, 21 months to core a... Okay, that reminds me. This. Let's not pay full price for this. Something's wrong. There we go. Bit cheaper. That's going to be a trading company. Nice. So Muscovy just bit France in a battle the Phoenix rises. Beautiful. 50 to all. I'm loving this game right now. If they can just siege Genoa's capital, he's cooked, but I'm wondering about the blockade here. 15 war score. It's not as hype as I thought it would be. Kinda getting there. Okay, so hopefully length of war, nothing crazy happens. Length of war and ticking war score. And maybe Austria just takes his capital, but it's kind of close to piecing out. We're just praying that France is still friendly. This was a really dumb move of me. Shouldn't have called in Austria. It was not... I forget, you know, I've like over 10,000 hours of played in this game, guys, but so much of that was not in the latest iterations of the game. Medium. So it's like you call in a nation and it calls in the enemy because he's fighting his enemy. They want to join that. That's relatively new to the end of the life cycle of EU4, right? Even though it's old now because it's been around for ages. Yeah, I'm thinking about, guys, controversial move. I'm going to turn him into a thing. Serbia. And it's controversial because his ruler is going to get older. So whenever you do it, they have an old elderly ruler. But I don't care. That just took away a relation slot. Okay, that's why I'm doing it now. So I've got so many relation slots. Let's try to make them happy and take their trade power, though, because any trade power adds up. I'll focus on it. I've got a lot of diplomats. I might curry favors with him to get his trust higher. If Genoa's capital falls, they're done. I did Scottish Crimea. I think we should probably complete this idea before annexing him. In fact, this is Crimean culture. I could have him call that for me, and being Muslim, he'll give it to the dhimmi. All we need is the capital fall and it's over. Come on, baby. Still overall marriage of France. Come on, baby. Hey, my mob. The eternal city shall be ours. Rule. We're getting close. Oh, come on. Dude, I think there's been like literally like one siege that I would consider good, like 14 or 21, the first 14 or 21 in the whole game, man. It's just not been a good game for sieges. I shouldn't mention it though, like, because we'll get griefed here again. Come on, baby. Okay. Let's do curry with Serbia. How come my crown line's gone down? Wait, what? Okay, I'll get the dev cost reduction here. What's making my crown line go down? I'm paying Austria for knowledge sharing. That's preferable to France, guys. Austria has worse finances. He just failed on 57, guys. I called it, man. So, Curse, please, like, don't grief me. Remain friendly, please, France. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's been such a bad game for sieges, bro. Just all game long. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Thank you. There's no way you can sustain this. There's no ongoing for reasons. Okay, let's try... I could pop my war score up with more blockades, maybe? It's one more war score sitting on the fort. Beautiful. Okay, let me get France back. Oh! Ew! That was cursed. Okay. This guy is like an instant... Look at that. 10 months. 10-month core, because it's Pontic. Beautiful. Okay, that was planned. Planned, guys. Planned. All planned. Planned. Surely that was planned. Okay, we're gonna give this to Crimea, because it's Crimean culture. He'll core that pretty quickly. Ooh, and that's worth a celebration. When we annex Crimea shortly, I own 100% of the Crimean node, drawing the most beautiful border with what is about to be Russia at 100 trust, guys. That feel good. That feel good. Lovely. Okay, that was intense, bro. Holy crap. Now, meanwhile, is Poland gonna beat me to colonialism? Ooh, I don't think so. I think we're good. But it's close. I say that because, of course, it stopped the knowledge sharing. No, but I think it comes to our main state, which we're winning, and we buy it because we're rich. Geez, that was hella stressful. But we're back. So I'm hoping if we clips Poland, we switch it to the Mamelukes. Ooh, look at this dude. Negative 100 AE. Timurids are outraged. I'm actually trying to figure out what... It was the Ottomans. It was the Ottoman peace deal. Okay. Let's think about our truces. What's actually coming up here? Venice is in 3 years. How do they look? He hasn't restored very powerful diplomacy since we broke. Yeah, well, by taking Venice, though, there's more distance of war. So right now, it looks like Austria and myself fighting this. Interesting. I could do maybe Naples again, might be easier. And then just separate piece Venice again, like just slowly picking them apart while we take this. If I take Naples, guys, we're gunning for Rome. I think that's a merchant in Genoa, where I would just collect in Genoa. That would be a huge economic move. Especially I'm about to have Sardinia come in. There it is, 65. So we're going to sell. That can go to the Renaissance anyway. We're going to pop that. That's 80. This would ideally be the burgers so that we get the development cost reduction after I seize here. Let's see what the burgers is. That's easy. Trade company of at least 5. I can do that. I'm actually juiced on admin more or less. So I don't need this even though it's nice. I'm going to go for that. Then we want 80 Patriarchal Authority. Let's consecrate Moria, because it still has devastation, or it can be devastated quite easily. And then what else? Do I have it done? Inquisitor. Rank 2 Inquisitor. Boom. Beautiful. Okay, the religious state. Okay, that's the admin points. So we'll have that the whole game. So that's 15 stab cost reduction the whole game. Beautiful. Pass that while I can. That was 80 loyalty on this. It's quite difficult, guys. Okay, now we're going to seize, and we're near 30, not bad. And then we're going to add these, which is agenda completed. And we're way over. But dev cost reduction. Beautiful. And if we dev a little bit, which we are, get near to 30 in no time. So there's a mission to do Athens 25 dev. In fact, there's so much dev required in Greece. Mercenary and... It's the only reason I'm holding on to this. Mercenary and mercenary discipline for 20 years. Mercenary cost. So we could hire the Janissaries, because I'm way under my force limit. How large are they? 20 stack. I'll pop that before hiring them. They got 43,000 manpower. That's almost as much as my manpower. That's pretty nice. Okay, I would like to... So we're about to be 1 over relation, 0 over once we do Crimea annexation. We need a carry with France now, guys. France just got mad at us. We just lost trust and favors with France like crazy. Let's prioritize them. Because I could be attacking Iberia right now with France's help. And maybe he would help us against the Italians, right? Maybe, but he doesn't have the favors. So we're 2 years out from that war. If we lose the -50 with the Timurids, we're kind of close, low-key, guys. We're kind of close to allying them straight up. Beautiful. Do mechs still apply military tech? Do they still apply military tech? I don't know what you're saying. Do you mean, do they take away army professionalism? Is that what you're saying? The Janissaries don't, because they're unique. Turkish Janissaries. They're free from our mission. Austria, annex Hungary, please. Begin annexing Hungary. He's improving with Hungary, for whatever that's worth. Begin annexing Hungary, please, bud. Let's turn the speed up. Do I have world taxes on? No. That was a sketchy maneuver, guys, which we pulled off. So I just want to make it clear, guys, at the beginning of the session, guys, we officially, this includes your subjects at half the value, but we actually hit Empire in terms of 1,000 development last session, guys, which is pretty sweet. I mean, we're absolutely cooking. I'm the #1 great power in the world, even without embracing colonialism, which we're about to do. We're cooking, boys. We're total beasts. Kind of a shame for me. He's going to take some Samarkandi node, but that's fine. I can't reject that, obviously. We go. Ortho bros. I think we should actually be doing some regular claims right now, guys. Do a regular claim on QQ. Drill, he doesn't need our help. This is just an absolute rollover stomp war. Dwell. I want to build a fort here. I'm going to drop it. This, guys, is the goated province. So we've got this one in here, the mountains inland, but it creates a choke point. Where's my fort map mode? There it is. It creates a choke point with this wasteland. See that? So anybody from this angle has to come through the mountains. If we do one right here, it will actually wall off all of Anatolia. You can see here on the highlands, but this, think about it, guys. If we've got a wall, which way are enemies, the Mamelukes, gonna come in towards our nation? From the south or maybe the east, right? Look at the river crossing. It affects actually every single adjacent province. I was going to say the south and the east, but it affects every adjacent province. So yeah, that's a good province. There is a mountains here, but it doesn't wall the south off, as you can see. And it's got way few, see the river crossings? All they need to do is to come in here, and it's -2. Whereas this is -2 as well, as long as we have more maneuver. So it's the better province, you see what I'm saying? But not bad. 2 defensive spots, and I'm not going to be threatened anytime soon. I'm actually going to delete these, but I'm wondering about these Ottoman rebels. I'll wait till they spawn. It helps with separatism, right? But we're going to delete these central forts. Okay, if I hire any regulars, it's going to be cannons. Spread some of this out. Otherwise, it's going to be Janissaries if we build up. Now, how expensive do you think the institution will be? I'm currently losing a lot of money. Buying the institution is costing me like 9 per month. We're massively overextended. I've got this rank 2 advisor. We're doing fine for admin, and I've got CCR. I know I'm going to just speed ahead. We're super far ahead in mill, and I know my admin's going to do fine as well. Although, I'm going to go for administrative ideas next. It's fine. I'm going to switch my focus to admin soon. Okay, Serbia. We're currying with him. Let's do relations. That royal marriage with Serbia is important. If we make them non-hereditary, he's going to be pissed. And we want all the liberties we can get. Okay, so why is... Oh, it's the Timurids. Hey! I was going to say, why isn't my occupation, but I can't even see the fog. That's good, guys. If the Timurids grab it, then Muscovy can't. That's good, because I don't want Muscovy and Samarkand if possible. Like, we would draw the border and Samarkand if possible. So, I like that. I'm hoping the Timurids don't randomly rival us, which they might do. We've been pretty lucky on those kind of random rolls and stuff this game. Okay, guys, so we rented like crazy yesterday, and notice I said we. That includes you guys. You guys are renters. And I don't want to rant like crazy today, but I did want to show you guys an observation, which I'm going to show you right now. Some people aren't going to care. I don't, you know, it is what it is, guys. I apologize, but I wanted to show you this, guys. So I've been into like boxing in a superficial way. This is an old classic fight, Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier. This is long before I was born. It's in 71, okay? But like I looked back on boxing nostalgically. I just find it interesting. I'm not that into boxing, but I just wanted to show you guys something. So Muhammad Ali is supposedly the greatest fighter of all time. Haven't you guys heard that before? Supposedly, right? Well, this was when he was in his prime. It's not when, you know, he gets old. A lot of fighters get old. They're fighting much younger men. This is his absolute prime. He went on after this to dominate, and he lost. Is there any boxing folks out there? Who did he lose to? He lost to Joe Frazier, right?
First time, two undefeated and undisputed boxers, Joe Frazier as WBA, WBC, and the ring heavyweight champion with lineal champion Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, who was stripped of his title by boxing authorities for refusing military service, appeared tired after the 6th round and unable to maintain the tempo he had in the first third of the fight. Entering the end of the fight, all three judges gave Frazier the absolute advantage, and Frazier closed the round decisively by landing a left hook that sent Ali falling to the canvas for the first time.
So as you can see, he kind of got whooped. Now the thing is, if I had done a lot more work here, I could show you as like a presentation. But Muhammad Ali said that Joe Frazier is the only, because Muhammad Ali was notoriously well known for basically talking, is a yapper, but he would actually yap mid-fight, guys. So he was like so into like psychological warfare and stuff, he would be talking to his opponent. He said that Joe Frazier is the only guy who ever talked back. He would talk back to him. And basically, what he would do is he would laugh at him and he would mock him and just say, like, you know, you're a wuss and I'm going to beat your ass. And as you can see, that's what he did. Now, for me, you know, I have an agenda, but I know some people aren't going to approve. Joe Frazier is a Christian, guys. He's a Christian. And Muhammad Ali was not. And I had made this observation where, in my mind, it became supposed Islam, this new Nation of Islam nonsense, which has gone nowhere, by the way. This was the 70s, right? It was like damn near 50, almost 60 years ago by now. It's gone bloody nowhere. But Joe Frazier wins. Now, I would like to challenge you guys to find me an example of where, at the highest level, with all the eyes watching in sport, where does it become about God and the Christian loses? Where does it become about this is a challenge? It's my God versus your God, and the Christian loses. Because you have to take my word for it, but this was that scenario the other way around. The Christian wins, okay? Greatest boxer of all time, apparently. Now, some people might say, Monk, he's not the greatest boxer of all time. Mike Tyson is.
Jesus will not be mocked.
They always said Jesus. Oh, Jesus, Lord, Jesus, Jesus. Holy God, please stop, Jesus, Lord.
There was a time, and good on him, Mike Tyson, fair enough. But there was a time where you would say, like, who's Mike Tyson? Oh, he's the guy who bit the other guy's ear off, right? Well, who's the guy whose ear he got bit? It's Evander Holyfield. And he bit his ear because he couldn't beat him, right? Out of frustration, out of getting whooped, out of getting spanked, out of getting... He bit his ear, and this is Evander Holyfield.
You completely had me. I thought you were sharing a religious epiphany.
Quran, I love the Quran. I live by the Quran. Would I die for Allah? Yes. Is Allah in my heart? Yes. The closer I get to the ring, I'm more confident. Once I'm in the ring, I'm a god. No one.
So this, listen, he just said, I'm a god. Joe Frazier, notice they're both supposedly Islam. Okay? Joe Frazier, the previous guy, he said in front of it, and guys, I love Joe Frazier. He's one of my favorite boxers of all time. I think pound for pound, his body weight, he's probably the hardest hitting boxer ever. He's one of them. Incredible. And he said, Joe Frazier, simple guy, Christian guy, he said in front of everybody on stage, you know, Muhammad Ali's yapping, whooping up a storm, entertaining everybody. And Joe Frazier laughed at him and he says, it's like, what's that about? And he says, you said you're God. That was his testimony. He says, you're God, and he smashed him. Okay? Apparently a God who can bleed, apparently. Muhammad Ali. But according to Joe Frazier, mid-fight, Muhammad Ali said that he can't be beaten because he's a god, or he's God. I'm God himself, something to that effect. Because he's trying to engage in psychological warfare. Well, he whooped his ass. Now here's Mike Tyson, so full of himself.
I'm more confident. Once I'm in the ring, I'm a god. No one could beat me. No one that can match me. My style is
Look how unpleasant this is, guys.
impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
I want to eat his children. Now, there used to be a time in like the 2000 teens where I shouldn't go that hard, guys, but it's crazy to me, you know, people talk about radicalization, getting radicalized or something. You know, probably the most heinous, sick thing you would think that you could say about Islam in Europe, you know, derogative thing, is that they turn human beings, like your kids, into kebab. Well, in fact, that is objectively true, and they've done that. Now, I'm not saying it's all of them. I'm not saying it's even most of them, but they've literally done that, and they fed the kebab to the parents when they came looking for the kids, guys. Absolute objective fact. Pleasant, eh? Pleasant. Well, here he is joking about eating children. Oh, really nice. Thanks, Mike.
I realized what I was facing. My whole thing is that
Your mentality must be in a really good spot, right, to be saying that on public TV and stuff, right? And it's just a coincidence that it's also Islam, by the way.
I come to fight, I bring everything with me. I knew that I would have to pray to be in there to be with the man. And so it didn't bother me because I let everybody know I'm a praying person. I love to pray. And when I come into the ring, I'm going to bring everything with me that's going to help me to get the job done.
So I challenge you to find one example of the inverse.
We are looking at a sports legend in the purple trunks, Evander Holyfield. Holyfield continues to dig in. A left hook to the head. He's got Tyson in trouble. Tyson's ready to go. A straight right hand. The champion stops the fight, and Holyfield has
I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's the most unbelievable thing. So let me tell you, that's one of the biggest surprises
Watch
of boxing
this.
I ever had.
Well, you know, I give glory to God, and for everybody to know that you can't choose against God. You can choose against me anytime, but when God involved, Jesus alive, and he the credit for it, and I thank God. And
Why did you guarantee it with such assurance?
but because you know, I would think when anytime somebody put God up there, my God's the only true God, and anything must bow to God.
Well, you know, apart from religion, because God is here, I hope for all of us. I hope it's just God. Let's get off that. Let's get on to boxing. How did you fight such a brilliant fight?
Well, I'm led by the Spirit of God, and like I told everybody, whatever the Spirit lead me to do, that's what I would do. And it wasn't nothing that so much that I did, and everybody knew that I would wash up, but with God, I'm not washed up.
Did you see him getting tired? Did you think you could take him on at the end?
It went about tired.
No, I just wanted you to take note that he keeps saying God, God, God. He's caught up in the moment. But, of course, Allah is a God, right? Isn't he, guys? Supposedly. But notice.
It's about what the Lord wanted me to do, and each and every round, I went out there and I...
The new champ was asked about his underdog role.
So now he's more lucid after the fight.
They don't bother me because they don't give me a shot. When you start ruling out Jesus, no, that's Jesus still mad. It's still the same one that.
Gotta be specific.
He's same being the same God is still here. You know, once when I say I believe, and I knew it was mine. I guaranteed that I would win, and people kind of laughed at me.
Jesus will not be mocked.
He just clarifies as Jesus Christ. Now, with that being said, I challenge you to find the inverse. I challenge you. When it's like the big of the world, top of the world, number one fight. So Muhammad Ali, greatest boxer of all time, right? He's laughing at Joe Frazier. Oh, he's a bum. You're a bum. well, W Jesus, Al Allah. You say, oh, Mike Tyson's the best in the fight. W Jesus, Al Allah. Okay, now but we're not done, because maybe you want to fight of our generation.
Anyone who has to have an alter ego and not be themselves in there and trying to get in someone's mind like that,
I'm not
you
trying to get in
can't
your
beat
mind.
me.
It's
And if
not
I'm
an
not talking to
illusion.
Deontay
It's
Wilder,
not an
let me
illusion.
talk to the other person
can't
inside
get
you,
in.
the bronze bomber.
I'm not trying to get in
You're
your
looking at a
mind.
man who stands in the light.
I don't want you
I
to
can't be beat by any
I don't
alter
want you
egos.
to feel me.
I can't be beat.
I don't want you to feel no
I've
type
already
of way.
beaten you. I've
But
beaten
when
you
you get
once
in
in
the ring,
Dusseldorf. I'll beat
never,
you again in
never,
America.
Never.
Can't be done. I
want you-
can't be
never.
beat.
Even when you stand aside me, you feel
I do
the
speak
energy.
it. I do
Even when
believe
you
it.
sit
And
aside,
I
you
do
feel
say
the energy.
it to
I
the
know,
world.
'cause I can
Because
feel
I want
your
the world to
heartbeat.
know the truth. And people like you want them to know nothing.
The problem, and
Thinking me and you were similar. I look to nothing to come
Like
inside me
years.
and win fights. Only the power of God above. That's it. And I
This guy is trying to, he's doing his shtick. He comes out, Deontay Wilder. This was like 7 years ago or something like that. The greatest heavyweight of the world, apparently, current era. Guy comes out in demon masks and things. You think I'm kidding? And he's like, oh, he wants to honor his ancestors, right? I don't care. People say like I'm racist or whatever. I mean, how hard do I go on European people who do the same thing as your ancestors or whatever? Like the Scandinavians or the old Germanic, I do the exact same thing. It doesn't matter who you are. He comes out and he's talking about like, oh, voodoo and witch doctor and stuff, and he gets whooped in front of everybody, and he makes it about God. God versus God, and it's W Jesus every single time. So in the Bible, for example, which is prophetic, it talks about those people who have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. So my challenge to you is to find the alternative, to find the inverse, find it in MMA, find it, even Ryan Garcia, same thing. I'm not a fan of Ryan Garcia. He does things to me that is like really off-putting. But at one point, it comes down to God versus God, right? And Jesus wins every single time. But I just want to throw it out there, but people, not paying attention, eh? W Jesus, chat, every single time, so. Jesus cooking. Okay. We're chilling 2 years at peace, it looks like, while I core. It happens, people ask me like, oh, why am I Christian? Oh, why do I believe in Jesus? Or whatever. It's like, bro, it goes, like, specifically. Because some people, I've spent all my time, I grew up in New Zealand where a lot of people aren't Christian, and like online, it seems like the vast majority of people aren't Christians to me. So that's what I'm worried about, more than like fighting like a theological battle against different religions, because I don't want people to like waste their entire life and go to hell. For me, it seems like the vast majority of, like, from my point of view, or what I interact with, are not religious at all. And then when it's like I go so hard up in the paint that it's like people start becoming convinced or whatever, or other people tolerate me because they're already religious, one of the two, then it starts moving into like, oh, but why Christianity? Why Christianity? Oh, but why Jesus? But it's like every single thing that I've ever encountered in my entire life, like, for example, why Christianity took over the Roman Empire, is specific to Jesus and specific to Christianity. It's not specific at all to Islam. So they want to make it this way where it's like, oh man, you've become spiritual now, and like, oh, you just couldn't possibly know which one it could be. It's Jesus Christ every single time, ad nauseum, no matter what. And not only is it like, well, could be Islam, could be Christianity, who knows? One of the two. No, and like 99 out of 100% of the time, they completely contradict one another. So if Islam is true, they believe that that Jesus didn't die and get resurrected. So then the Shroud of Turin. So you ask yourself, or a reasonable person does, or an informed person, what's up with the Shroud of Turin? And me, as somebody who's like informed, I'm just like, yeah, it's no mystery at all. Maybe it was Jesus. I don't care. So that's what I'm talking about, where there's like, throughout your life, it keeps occurring over and over and over again. But then you have these people like, oh, but the truth is Islam. But then that would make no sense again. Or when it comes to evolution, it would make no sense again. Or it comes to Christianity taking over the entire world through peace, not through just murdering and raping and pillaging and cutting the testicles off of the men and raping the women and abducting them like Islam. Right? Through peace, where they're being persecuted from the onset. It's just nonsense that people believe, or any old nonsense. You got Gnostics, you got pagans, current day Hindus, all over the world. It's Jesus Christ every single time. Like, are you paying attention? No. So you see on the world stage, you see God versus God, right? You see some washed up bum like real Rocky Balboa and real life Rocky 1, and Jesus wins every single time. When it gets like that, he wins every single time. And Allah loses every single time. And you know what's ironic? Is in the Quran, it says, you know that Islam is real because of how strong we are. How strong we are, and we always win. So, in the Bible, it says those who have ears to see, those who have eyes to see and ears to hear will see and will hear. But ain't nobody says a word in my chat, right? Because you guys ain't seeing, you guys aren't hearing. At least that's been my experience. But I try my best to just show people, in case you're paying attention. Okay, I guess let's put down the conversion edict. Just convert these guys one at a time. So that same scenario happens over and over and over again. Like I just alluded to, it happened with Ryan Garcia as well. It happens over and over and over again when you have somebody who's just being humble and you have somebody who's being extremely cocky, but then God gets involved, and then it's my God versus your God. I have seen it 4 times just come to mind off the top of my head, and we're talking about the highest, most elite, athletic, dynamic. Connor's a proper Christian, so that's not true. Fair enough. I'm not here like gonna wrestle and argue like semantics or whatever, but he's absolutely not a proper Christian. I can show you like 2 months ago, Roshu Pro, where he says, somebody asks him how does he feel about Jesus. Like I say 2 months ago, probably like 6 months ago, but somebody says, how do you feel about Jesus? And he says, well, gods recognize gods, so I'm alright with Jesus. Saying that he's a god himself, Conor McGregor. And then he also says he would whoop him. He says he'd beat up Jesus. Okay, so that's not an example. Like, you can't put somebody fake up there and say like, this is an example of you being wrong. That's not what I'm saying. He's not a proper Christian. Yeah, exactly. So these guys who, like I don't know anything about MMA, guys. I'm not big into it or whatever. But these guys, they're from Dagestan. They have a really good reputation. Yeah, and they win. Fair play. And they're human beings, and everybody has free will. But I'm saying, if you find one of these guys, which doesn't happen, they're quite humble for the most part or whatever. But if they start saying like, oh, the reason we win is because of Islam and because of Allah, that's the real God. And if they go up against a Christian, you see what happens. Just pay attention, because it could happen in the future. I'm not saying it will. Those guys seem pretty chill and relaxed and nice. But just pay attention, because they'll lose. If they make it about God versus God, they'll lose. Okay, I'm trying to think about which spot we should be deving right now with my admin. Should it be Athens? Or Macedonia? If I wasn't fighting Muscovy, I could upgrade both trade centers, which I should do while we're at peace. I guess this one is prosperity. Wait, we only need to be 25 here, so I've messed up. Oh, damn it. It's about trade power. Okay. In that case, let's build a marketplace here in Athens. And the answer is we should be deving Athens, but I'll do it slow because I can upgrade the trade center. I'm not saying Connor's a proper Christian by any means, I misread your comment, sorry about that. I feel a bunch of his pre-fight rhetoric was anti-Islam and he got humbled. Yeah, I think it's actually funny because it's a paranoia type thing, right? And I'm not saying it's by any means like scientific or whatever, right? But I've noticed the same thing even when God like isn't involved, and it might just be a coincidence, like who knows? But it does seem like there's, when you're on that level with everybody watching, it does seem like the bad guy loses. I don't know why, but it does seem that way. The person who's completely out of line, completely unhinged, they get humbled. I've noticed that a lot. Now, it could just be coincidence, who knows? But of course, that observation is completely in line with what I was just saying. When you make it about God versus God and the bad guy losing, well, of course, people would be appalled if I implied that Allah is the bad guy. But, I mean, he is. The fake, false god. Royal marriage of France is gone. So, there was the, there's the, this is not God versus God, but other dynamic. I don't know, there's a fighter, something Alexandra or something, a black guy, and he lives in New Zealand, actually. That's part of the reason I know about him. He's like a small-time celebrity that lives in Auckland. But he's not a Kiwi. He's African. And he left South Africa, I believe. Maybe not South Africa, but an African country. He was literally born in Africa and he left, and he lives in New Zealand. And this guy became one of, within his weight division, the most highly praised MMA fighters of all time. Current generation. Why do I say all time? Rather, the current generation. Active fighters. And, so this South African guy, who is a white guy, a white South African guy, starts rising through the ranks, as they do, and eventually, they match each other, that sort of thing, and they're going to have a big fight. Now, South African guy is pretty chill from my experience. Obviously, I'm not omniscient, I don't see everything, but it seems very chill in the press conference and stuff. And this guy, the black guy, whatever his name is, something Alexandra or whatever, is just goading him. He's getting more and more harsh, more and more nasty. Same thing happened with Thor and Eddie, by the way. The two strongest men in the world, that competition, had a boxing match. Same thing. Eddie's going crazy, really disrespectful, really hard up in the paint. So the black guy just gets malicious with it. He's saying, I'm only, because I'm on Twitch, I'm going to censor myself, guys, but I wouldn't if it was just you and me. He's saying, to the white guy, guys, he's saying, N-word, N-word, N-word at his face. He's saying, you're an N. The black guy is saying it to the white guy. He's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Really nasty, really malicious. Say it back, I dare you, you're an N-word. This level of just, it's not about performance, it's not about being nice, what do they call it? Spiking controversy and getting eyes on the match. just psychotic, like nasty. And so the South African white guy who's not able to, you know, obviously do that, he would get like cancelled or whatever. He's mostly laughing and stuff, but just taking abuse. And he starts saying like, I'm the real African. I'm the real African. You left Africa. I was born here. I'm going to take the cup back to Africa. Russia just formed. You know, that's the route at which he chose to take that conflict. And so you literally have, of course, all these evil people throughout the world, typical, who are hyping it up like the white guy is racist. And the Alexandria guy is, he's saying, you're not an African. You're not an African. Look at you. You're not an African. Imagine that the other way around, right? Because of your ethnicity in Europe or something. No, you're not English. No, you're not German. No, you're not this. He's able to do that and just hurl slurs at him and stuff. Anyway, the point is he lost. The black guy lost. So, I've, you know, I'm sure there's a very large bias where that kind of is like a narrative. It's like a story, right? And it crops its head up. I think I'm going to have to, like, gift the Crimea here and start annexing them. But I really want to complete this first. So let's do that. Yeah, so obviously if there's, like, a narrative, whether it's deliberate or not, or, like, scripted or not, or whatever, because they try to do that sort of thing to get eyes on the fight. Oh! No, that was arrogant. Regardless, like, it appears very often like the bad guy loses. That's been my observation, but it might just be bias. Who knows? Might not be real. It's probably so many small-scale fights with less eyes on it and that sort of thing, where people are losing. You know, the bully wins. Our manpower's looking pretty good, nicely recovered. I'm still determined to hire the Janissaries. I'm wondering how much the institution is going to cost. Should be in our capital shortly. Yep. And then it's going to be the moment of truth for us. Can we? Are we going to be able to eclipse Poland? So we've done everything we need for our Diplo points. I'm going to be literally using one claim and then expand without claims. That's my plan going forward. Frick. This is bad. I mean, the Timurids are such a pushover, guys. They're 66k. They're out-teched by 3. But I don't like going to war with them. Because, I want to befriend them, but still. Doesn't mean it's over between us. Okay, let's use 1 stack. And my mercs, that should be enough. I'll help Russia out, because this war's going to last forever otherwise. I wonder if I could actually steal the occupation so that he can't take them in Samarkand specifically. I'm going to attempt to do that. Nice. Diplo done. Crimea was... That's such a good policy, dude. Reputation, war exhaustion reduction. Crimea was scourged. So I'm happy to annex them now. We can endure -3 rep for 10 years, that's fine. Our rep is so high. I do. I have an advisor. He's half price, that's why I'm using him. Okay. What, does Nubia exist in no mods game? I think they do? Yeah. In some way they do. As you can see. think Russia's going to just obliterate the Timurids here with his tech advantage. Russia has had this guy around for ages, like 40 years. Not quite. But this guy was like a regent or something, guys. I swear, if you guys saw. And then he turned into the ruler. Like, very strange. But he's been around for a long time. Russia's just absolutely cooking with his monarch points. This is one of the best Russian games I've like ever seen, I feel like. I've often tried to feed Russia before, and it does have a detrimental effect like early on. Like they suck early on, the text bastardized and stuff. I mean, this is a really early Russia for the AI, am I crazy? But he's also large and he's done an admin idea. Like it's the dream for him. He's cooking. Beautiful missionary strength. I'm going to let him take the Astrakhan node, but I'm going to try to brief his occupations otherwise in Samarkand. So guys, this is the issue. Okay, he rolled a 3 in mill. He's completing quality. He's 1 behind right now. Dude, like, this guy's gonna have twice my forces. I mean, we can beat him. We could, like, break my country to beat him. We can beat him. We can beat him. But it's nasty. His quality's not bad either. So the Age of Reformation has begun. I can still take a golden era. We've converted provinces, converted another nation, and unified our culture group. That's beast. I'm going to drop a golden era, guys, to try to fight the Mams in the future. Because it's crazy out here. It's crazy. I wish you didn't curry so slowly with your subjects. I believe you get the is not ally modifier. No, you don't. But obviously it doesn't naturally accrue though, like it would if that were your ally. Now, my own ruler is not bad. We had an heir that was even better, but the heir died. I hope my ruler keeps eclipsing this one, I'm not gonna lie. But it does have strict there, which is pretty nice. For warfare coming up against, like, the Timurids. The Mams, I mean. Okay, there is the institution. And I can actually afford to do it. Let's do it. I reckon the Poles could do it, like, very soon. This goes all my money. But we're not going to be paying for the diplo expenses, and I predict that we feel rich. Let me eclipse Poland, please. I'll be happy if we eclipse Poland. One last glorious thing. Look, he's not even a great power, boys. Let's eclipse him, please. That would be lit. So we can get Inno from military attack. Beautiful. I'll take that for -10. Taking up, guys, could help us eclipse him. We didn't eclipse him, but... I'm still a believer. Hey, Road Commander. By the way, Genoa's still in here, you little bastard. He's still in these nodes, even though I completely took his land. He's got to rework his merchants, guys. He obviously has more as a merchant republic. He's in land he has no business being in. That's irritating. Do you have TV half of Constantinople trade node early game? I don't know what you're saying, sorry. TV half? I don't know what you're saying, sorry. Okay, there's the Venetian truce. I think only Austria is going to help us. I'm gonna get unbalanced research. If I take up my mill. Pushing for that mission in Athens. I'm only one of my Diplo relations right now, which will be gone when we annex Crimea, thankfully. Do I TC half for Constantinople? No, I don't. What I do, but it's just too early because I haven't... like, soon I can make the investments and I'll do it. That will be like my next big... when I have money. We just bought the institution. I'm going to do Aleppo. I'm going to unstate it and do Aleppo, potentially. Yeah, I mean, if I defeat the Mems in, like, one war, which I'm going to take down the coast here, and I add that also... we probably, like, I've got 3 trade centers, he's got 2. That might be the time to TC Aleppo. Also, I like to keep this one stated if possible, because it is our culture, so this will flip through the events, and may as well. Like, the thing is, where Empire Government rank, you get all this governing capacity modifiers as Byzantium. You've got a lot going for you, and, like, I'm not over my capacity. We can still get governing capacity from the estates. So the question is, say that I own everything. Obviously, these are partial states which we unstate and we trade and company them. Same with all of this. So it goes down, down. We have more at our disposal. So what do we state? We can state the Ragusan node, but it's not that beneficial. And I will, but it's not that beneficial. You can see there's only a few more states. So... it's because you have the additional states. That's why I typically do this, and it's our culture. Your culture gives you manpower, right? When you have something that's not your culture, it's like a massive manpower penalty. Non-accepted culture is like only like 10% or something like that. It's like crazy big difference. Okay, I'm gonna box him out of this node. Feels good. So we're making 26 ducats right now. But I've got no debt, nothing costly. I think we just keep investing in the country right now. How's our... AE's pretty bad with the Muslims, but it's fine in Europe. Like, it's fine. Patriarch Authority is juiced. I might switch it away from improved relations to construction cost reduction. I'll think about it. We could also save up a bankroll, couldn't we? Yeah, Timurid's just ramped up to like 100k regiments. And I am walking into the fog. But, obviously we'll win the war, I wonder about some of these stacks. We outtech them by 3, like they should get smashed. But it's these smaller stacks I'm wondering about. Okay, these missions, they're just too many. It's the Royal Purple. Yeah, it is 25. And I need a workshop there. Just, I have it. Why does that say... okay, because it's all of them. Okay, 25 dev and it's done. Why not? Why not? Let's see if... it's a good time to get the Splendor. That's this. To push for the war score cost reduction against the other religions and stuff. So let's see... look at this, Liberty's Eye looks so much better. That's cool. Transfer trade power from Serbia again. Okay, let's see what the new color looks like on the map, guys. I'm not sure I've ever done that before. Even though, you know, this was out for a while, obviously. It's just, it is what it is. We get 25 dev in Athens, which is probably not the best thing to do, but it's what I'm going to do. It's 4 more. Pass it. Royal Purple. Dyes will now be produced in Athens. No way. Well, the thing is, dyes are way better than grain. But it's a debate, guys. It's a debate. We don't care about the Ragusan node. The Ragusan node, even if we dominate Venice, it bleeds into Pest. So it's actually a manpower province. You get double manpower from soldiers' households. So we don't. This is one of our highest military developed provinces in the world, and this is where you can double the manpower. Do you see what I'm saying? So we're going to take the dev 3 to all. I mean, it's up to 28. That's cool. The dies are a debate there. It would be different if you were controlling Pest as well, for the record, like going forward into the future. But we will adopt the color. Oh, so that's the color change. So we become Roman color? Oh, there you go. Cool. Not bad. I thought, it said purple. This is more like burgundy. I thought maybe it might go, you know, a lot of medieval games make them like deep purple or something. But it's just the Roman colors. That's cool. I like that. And it's supposed to be that we're producing dyes in Athens, right? Nice to see you, by the way, Rogue Commander. It's been a while. I don't know if you've been here the last couple of days. I might have overlooked people. I like kind of wasn't a streamer in a way for a long time, you know what I mean? In terms of practicing, of paying attention to chat and stuff. So unfortunately, they are the war leader, the Russians, because I'm sure we could be pretty decisive here on once we take his capital and stuff. An interesting thing you can do in this situation, guys, where your max trust and favors are building up, is we can betray them. And then just re-establish ourselves pretty quickly in terms of good relations. So I could white peace Kazan, for example. But the other thing... Uh-oh. Okay, there's plenty of manpower there. The other thing is then I wouldn't box him out. So no, I think we're involved in a prolonged war. Once it looks like the writing is on the wall, I think I'm going to attack Venice. It's Austria and myself. Austria was pretty worn down. I mean, literally Hungary is stronger than him in terms of numbers. Crazy. But I might be able to out-tech Venice right now on 11. I think this is the time to go. Just wait till Russia is done up here and rolls down throughout the empire. Throughout the Iran, I guess. Oh, you've been traveling? Sweet. There we go. Russia is making its way down. I was expecting you to push Morocco and take the Spanish node. It's just AE. Like, we do have France. I just got my favors back. It's definitely something we can do, and we're on 35 CCR right now. I'm keen. I'm keen, but it's also I want to focus on Italy, Rome. I want Rome. I'm trying to push for restore the Patriarchy. So, accepting with destabilized France, I'm assuming that's relations, positive relations. I'm wondering if France would help against Naples. They won't. It's weird. No, I think I'm just gonna brute force Venice while I can, guys. This is worth barraging in the mountains. Just claim the highest dev that I can. QQ. So I still don't have Tech 9, guys. I wonder if the Venetian fleet would beat us. Some of our modifiers have gone from the mission trees and stuff. I'm going to take the half-price trade advisor. That's just worth so much, guys. So we're going to have 2 rep after annexing the Crimea. That's fine. You know, not the best, but after 10 years we'll be juiced up again. Yep, that's exactly the plan. I want to return cores. That's exactly the plan. We got to keep him happy as well, though. It's max relations. So he didn't pass his mission. How many does he need here, dude? He's got all but 3. It's not enough, guys. We could get really creative. Okay. What is the Austrian mission, though? When he completes this mission, he gets the rest of the Balkans, right? So it's futile. It's just going to piss him off even more. No, I was going to say I could give him one of these and then return core, because it doesn't cost AE. I could. Like, I could take the 15 dev and then give it to Austria and then return core on them. He would complete his mission, and then he wouldn't be so possessive of these provinces once he's actually got them, the mission passed. But it isn't the mission to continue. Wait, I think he has passed them. No, I was looking at myself. Freaking idiot. I think the mission is to continue down into Serbia, though, so he'll hate us either way over it. So it's a problem. He's currently balanced. He's balanced. If his yeah, if that guy could be Diplo, that would help out. If he wasn't so militaristic. Okay, we just discovered like all of Asia. That's not good for aggressive expansion reasons, but it's okay. We should do the relations with some of these guys. Okay, and we can see Russia is down here. I'm gonna leave once this fort falls. There we go. And we're gonna go smash Venice, guys. Believers assemble. So I can hire... Damn, the economy is booming right now. So there's a few things we could do. Let's work on the trading company part of Trebizond. Crimean node. I could get a merchant there nowadays, but I'd have to unstate things. Okay, how about annexing these 2? It's next year. Let's Skuru. I can't while he's at war. Okay. If we get rid of these OPMs that are taking slots, then I can start diplo-vassalizing like Italians. I'm keen to do that. So Innov's going away. We can make it to the end of the year. I mean, we are going to have the numbers at land. How about we go focus on separate piecing Naples? Another Greek province? It's not expensive. I mean, it is what it is, guys. I'm a non... It's just how I roll, dude. I'm English. Okay, my mum's English. It's just how I was raised. But I moved to a new place, Uncanny PJ, and it's just cold during the winter. It is what it is. You're really gonna beat me up? Okay, that's the event, isn't it? That is the event. Reduce great power cost by 25%. Okay, we're going to take a loan. That's fine. Now, we're going to drop this guy here. 20%. We're going to take the monopoly on glass, which is a lame thing to do. I get paid out 322, but then my production income just takes a massive hit. Constantinople no longer pays us. I'll get rid of that later. That avoids the loan. And we're going to drop this. That's 30%. Ooh. Ooh, glass will now be produced in Naxos. I had no idea that was the thing. Okay, that's in the trade network. Let's do it. That's upgraded to 0.5, but of course glass goes up in price to 4.5, and it's got increased production. It's better than 3dev, I would say. Ooh, and it helps us keep our lead on trading in glass, diplo tech cost reduction. Okay. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to do this guy here. It says 750, that can't be real. Let's give it a month. It can't be real. That's 25% from the event alone. There's no way that's real. It should be way cheaper than that. Yeah, you guys are just mad because it's hot as hell in Europe, I know that. I apologize. Or in I think the northern hemisphere. $664. That still doesn't feel right. Look, it's not giving me the 20%. Did I mess it up? Guys, it's 10% from the monopoly on glass. The mission says it gives you... Is it just this province? Nah, bro. It's just literally a fake modifier. Byzantium gets skilled Byzantine mosaics for 10 years, giving reduced great power upgrade cost by 20%. It doesn't exist. Nice. It literally doesn't exist. Ooh. Decision. It's a decision. It's showing me what the... Okay. It's showing me what happens when we complete that. Okay. Admin Advisor rank 2. This guy's half price. Let's just pay for the admin point. Okay, there it is. Okay. And then that... Is it going to do 20% no matter what? It is. Nice. Okay. Okay, so we can get +1 rep. Prestige, which turns into monarch points. No. we're going to go for one of these for the 20% cost reduction. I'm really lacking Diplo. Venice will offer our services and mosaics in Venice for almost 1,500. If they accept, Venice gets skilled mosaics, 20% reduced cost. Wait, we don't get it? France, Russia. Do we get it? Dude, it says Byzantium. Nah, bro, I'm telling you, this modifier didn't trigger, bro. I'm telling you. I guess we should do that. 5%. It's going to save a lot of money, but this is a lot of money to get paid. Frick, man. I got griefed, guys. I'm trying so hard, and it's like the modifier doesn't even exist. I was going to upgrade this because religious unity is really, really good. Whatever, dude. It should save us like a boatload of money there. I mean, we get paid a lot from this event, so reputation for 10 years really synergizes while we have the negative rep after annexing. Hey, P-Walls. I'm just pissed because I took the freaking... So can they reject it, guys? It says that they will be offered. If Russia denies, Byzantium will get the modifier. It's this one. Okay, so if they say no, we get this one anyway. Tolerance to true faith, 5 project reduction. YOLO, let's go into Venice. I mean, would my rival do it? This is what I'm worried about. Because I mean 25 dip. They did. They did. Okay, look. It griefed me on the modifiers, but I just got a crap load of money. So, in that sense, you know, it's doing well for itself, so... let's do the Athenian one. This is advisor cost reduction. It's insanely good. Okay. What was this one? It just tried to show me? I know it's bad, but... Yeah, reinforcement speed. Okay. Okay, I have half a mind to abandon Russia, but it's worth blocking them out of the Samarkand node, so we're just going to coexist while at war. That's fine. There's war in Italy. I'm really tempted to attack Venice itself, guys, because we can enforce orthodoxy on all of these nations, upgrading it to like rank 3, but overkilling it also, and that actually works towards the schism. Schism is Orthodox nations and own provinces in Europe. Inno is end of the year. We've got prosperity in like all of Anatolia, it looks like. These forts are finished on the outside of Anatolia. As you can see. Raise the wall off. Tech 11 is a decent tech. His prestige is bad. Nice. To smash Venice at land. And for whatever it's worth, that mountains fort is not going to be in the war. Okay. Let's go. I'm going to land in Naples, and we're going to do Venice. We've actually done all of our missions, so that's going to give me reduced mercenary costs on its upkeep also. But the Janissaries, look at this. Beast. So let's hire them when I have the money here to really ramp up, because we'll do the MEM soon. And so I never eclipse Poland, eh? Frick, man. We're really hoping for the eclipse of the poles. Okay, let's go. War goal. Unfortunately for me, Austria will take our occupation, so I've really got to make sure we get what we can. It's fine. Attack! Destroy them! Unleash hell upon them, I say! Yeah. It's just a chill thing like that. Venice is jumping in. It's a bad idea for you to reinforce a losing battle. Are we still the GOAT? Are we still the GOAT at sea, guys? Where's the rest of my heavies? What the frick? That's bad. My military fleet's been forgotten about. No, not co-belligerent Naples. We're chilling. It's fine. We're actually gonna lose, guys, because of that. They're not out here. I'm bringing them over. He's got war galleys. So it's not of the most crucial importance that we win. I'm going to delete before we take too much damage. Delete. I'm going to retreat. But he is losing a war galley here. That's fine, and repair up. We're not going to delete. I'm not from America. I'm from New Zealand. Yeah, as long as I get one occupation of, which I might not be able to get, Dalmatia. Go, go, go. This is what I'm worried about. We got to kind of release Dalmatia. Hungary losing battles. He didn't get a repair tech that tech of the month. Here's what we did, that's good. Do our part at sea. Okay, well, I sacrificed one regiment to get the occupation. Worth it. Alright guys, on that note, we're way stronger at land. I don't think we rely on our navy. This is definitely a win. And I think I'm going to call it here, okay? Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. So, it's a little bit of a slog now, guys. There's a few other things I wanted to do in EU4, and we're going to do other things. But, Yeah, I figure we should push. Like, I'm doing some things that I've never done before in Byzantium, just because this patch was relatively new to the end of the cycle. Between myself, Russia, and enforcing religion on peoples, guys, we need like 109 provinces. And we need to restore the Pentarchy, which is basically, you know what? We need to get Rome. You know what, guys? I might make the judgment call rather than taking like a clean war against the Mams. I might just push for Alexandria, like the capital, right? So the lowest dev ones make colonies basically. That way, it's a one war job. Do you see what I'm saying? So we can call it there. But yeah, I think the Pentarchy should be sweet. Like Aragon is no longer rivaling me. Um, if we max relations with Castile, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I want to see like the whole world flip to Orthodox, which will be a first one for me. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Probably tomorrow if you can make it. I may take one day off. It is the weekend coming up. I might be busy, but either way, later chat.